The 99%! Good? Cover. At ease. I'm gonna figure this out for a sec. We're gonna figure out where we're gonna do this thing, okay? Everybody good?
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll just take places and we'll come with us.
I know.
My name is Joseph Carter.
My name is Joseph Carter.
I'm a two-time Iraq War veteran.
I'm a two-time Iraq War veteran.
And this is the only occupation.
And this is the only occupation
I believe in.
that I believe in.
For too long, our voices
For too long, our voices
have been silenced,
have been silenced,
suppressed,
suppressed,
and ignored
and ignored
in favor of the voices of Wall Street,
in favor of the voices of Wall Street,
of the banks,
of the
and
banks,
the corporations.
and the corporations.
Their money buys them
Their money buys them
disproportionate influence
disproportionate influence
over the decision makers in Congress.
over the decision-makers in Congress.
It blocks our demands for change from the White House
It blocks our demands for change from the White House
and renders much of our government unaccountable
and renders much of our government unaccountable
to the only legitimate source of authority,
to the only legitimate source of authority,
the people.
the people.
For 10 years we have been engaged
For 10 years we have been engaged
in wars that have enriched the wealthiest 1%,
in wars that have enriched the wealthiest 1%,
decimated our economy,
decimated our economy,
and left our nation with a generation
and left our nation with a generation
of traumatized and wounded veterans
of traumatized and wounded veterans
that will require care for years to come.
that will require care for years to come.
The time in which we find ourselves
The time in which we find ourselves
defined by corruption and lack of a government accountability.
is defined by corruption and lack of government accountability.
As a veteran,
As a veteran,
as a member of the 99%,
as a member of the 99%,
I find this unacceptable.
I find this unacceptable.
And I call on all veterans
And I call on all veterans
and all service members
and all service members
who find this equally unacceptable
who find this equally unacceptable
to stand with the 99%.
to stand with the 99%.
Come to your local occupations.
Come to your local occupation.
Show your support openly.
Show your support openly.
Raise your voice and say,
Raise your voice and say,
I am a veteran and I am the 99%.
I am a veteran and I am the 99%.
I'm Joshua Shepard,
I'm Joshua Shepard,
member of Iraq Vets Against the War.
a member of Iraq Vets Against the War.
I'm from Occupy San Francisco.
I'm from Occupy San Francisco.
My friend Scott was injured last Tuesday.
My friend Scott was injured last Tuesday.
This is unacceptable.
This is unacceptable.
Those in power
Those in power
are threatened
are threatened
because the people
because the people
want their power back.
want their power back.
My friend Scott
My friend Scott
was utilizing
was utilizing
his freedom of speech.
his freedom of speech,
And that is exactly
and that is exactly
what they took from him.
what they took from him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a veteran of Afghanistan.
A veteran of Afghanistan.
My name
is Sergeant.
My name is Sergeant
Carl Antonio Garnett
Carl Antonio Garnett
Jr.
Jr.
I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps.
I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps.
Simply put, war sucks.
Sucks.
Peace.
Peace.
My name is Jason III.
Jason III.
I am a 5-year vet
I am a 5-year vet
of the United States Navy.
of the United States Navy.
I am also
I am also
a resident of the Bay Area.
a resident of the Bay Area.
I have come here today
I have come here today
to say,
to say,
with my friend
with my friend
Scott Olsen Kate,
Scott Olsen Kate,
he supports
he supports
this movement
this movement
because it seeks
because it seeks
to end the economic injustice
to end the economic injustice
that is plaguing our country.
that is plaguing our country.
If you continue
If you continue
to assemble in peaceful solidarity,
in peaceful solidarity,
justice
justice
will come to pass.
will come to pass.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Amy Herrera,
My name is Amy Herrera,
and I'm Philly Chapter President of Iraq Veterans Against the War.
and I am Philly Chapter President of Iraq Veterans Against the War.
Before we celebrate this Veterans Day,
Before we celebrate this Veterans Day,
I would like to remind everybody of the injustice
I would like to remind everybody of the injustice
that women suffer in the military,
that women suffer in the military,
being overlooked every single day,
that being overlooked every single day,
with 1 in 3
with 1 in 3
being sexually assaulted.
being sexually assaulted.
This is unacceptable.
This is unacceptable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mic check!
Mic check.
We are veterans!
We are veterans.
We are the 99%!
We are the 99%.
We swore to protect and serve!
We swore to protect and serve
The Constitution of
the Constitution of
the United States of America!
the United States of America.
We are here to support
We are here to support
the Occupy movement!
the Occupy movement.
My friend
Scott Olsen
held down a job during the day
held down a job during the day
and slept
and slept
at the Occupy encampment
at the Occupy encampment
in San Francisco
in San Francisco
at night.
at night.
He marched
He marched
against the war
against the war
and against economic injustice.
and against economic injustice.
He believes
He believes
that civil disobedience
that civil disobedience
is the way.
is the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your name, man?
My name's Anthony D. Wagner. That's Anthony. D is in David. Wagner, like the baseball player.
Yep.
I really can't stress how important it is that the 99% and the people occupying around the country and around the world know that the veterans stand with them, that the veterans that fought in these illegal and immoral wars for empire and imperialism, that we stand with you, okay? I mean, I joined right out of high school, pretty much poor, but I was taught all along that we were fighting for democracy. Well, now 10 years later, I'm not so naive. I know that these wars are about imperialism. Companies like Kellogg, Brown & Root, and Halliburton, those are the people that are getting the profits from this war. We are not securing freedoms. We are not liberating brown people. That's not what America does. It never has. If anything, America is about oppressing as many brown people as possible. Okay, so I am with this movement because I am about liberating people. I am about the democratic process, and what we need is a revolution. This country has needed a revolution for a long time, and finally, as you can see, a lot of people are waking up to that. So I'm with you. As a veteran of Iraq, I'm with you.
What's your name?
Scott Kimball.
Hey, Scott Campbell, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah. So, can you explain what we've just seen?
What we just saw, I think, was a historic moment and a turning point in this Occupy movement.
Excellent.
It was a very very visible announcement from the veteran community that they support the Occupy movement. And
Right.
veterans marched to the financial district to let Wall Street know that we support the occupiers, and then we came to Zuccotti Park to let the occupiers know that we support them.
You got one hell of a welcome when you actually were at Liberty Square. There's a lot of crowd cheering and noise. It's evidently as well the Occupy movement supports you back, right? So in terms of further actions of veterans for the Occupy movement, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, as it's been, we're going to have our members across the country have been participating in their local Occupy movements. They've been attending general assemblies, being in direct action committees, and occupying space within their respective cities. And this is a call to action for other veterans to step up and to know that we're organized.
Excellent. So they have a central point where they can actually approach and get organized as the veteran
Yeah.
community within the Occupy
And we're
movement.
seeing this spring up organically in cities across the country. Veterans are coming together and say, identify this with this movement, and I want to hook up with other veterans to make sure our concerns are heard,
Yep.
and that we figure out a way that we can plug our voice into this movement.
Absolutely. There are a range of concerns that were brought up in the speech, things like the treatment of post-traumatic stress disorder for veterans when they return from active service. Would you be able to comment on those kind of issues?
Yeah, I mean, by the Department of Defense's own estimates, about 20 to 50% of the fighting force has post-traumatic stress disorder. Meanwhile, less than a quarter of veterans are in the VA system. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that the majority of veterans are suffering in silence and are not getting the treatment they need.
Yeah,
They're not getting the treatment they deserve.
absolutely. If there's any message you'd like to send out to veterans around the world, right, and the Occupy movement, what would you say?
You are not alone. We have brothers and sisters across the country, across the world, that are there that are our community for support. Go to IVAW.org, find out more about Iraq Veterans Against the War. Go to your local Occupy movement and find out a way to get involved. And yeah, you're not alone, and welcome home.
Thank you very much. That's superb.
Yeah, thank you.
Country, you are serving corporations and corporate greed, and that is not what I enlist for. I enlist to protect and serve the people of the United States of America. So, if I had known what I know now before, no, I would not have enlisted.
Beautiful. He's going to shot you Thank you.
Mate, I'm from Australia. I've been at Occupy for like 3 weeks. The person who bought me a ticket to come here, right, is a veteran of the Second Gulf War from Australia. So I'm sure he sends solidarity to you and to everyone. And thank you for inspiring us. So
Thanks for being here.
hey, no worries.
That's quite a journey.
No, thank you for being here. Hey, I'm fortunate in being able to be here, but you guys are taking a stand and you're showing people what's right, and it fills me with pride. So thank you.
Likewise.
We are the 99%! We are the 99%!